Welcome to my classroom. In this biochemical engineering course, in module 2, we have been deriving rate equations for enzyme substrate reaction. We have started with simple kinetics and we have solved several numericals to experimentally obtained substrate concentration versus maximum rate reaction rate values. We used several graphical methods to determine the numericals. So even in lecture number 16, we revised a numerical. We have solved a numerical using different methods like Langmuir plot, Lineweaver-Burke plot, or Edley-Hofstee plots. And we have seen that in Langmuir plot, we plot the graph between substrate concentration in x-axis versus substrate concentration divided by reaction rate in the y-axis. We get the slope, and the slope value is your 1 by R max value, and your intercept value is Km by R max, V max value. So that we have done. And we had a Edley-Hofstee plot where we plot reaction rate in the y-axis and the reaction rate divided by substrate concentration in the x-axis. So when you draw a curve, you get a plot like this, and the y-intercept, where the curve intersects the y-axis, we get the maximum velocity, that is the maximum reaction rate, and where it intersects the x-axis, we get the value of reaction rate divided by Km value. So we can get the values of Km value and Vm using this plot also. Okay, so that we have done in the previous lecture number 16. We solved this numerical where the substrate concentration versus initial reaction rate was given, and we did evaluated the parameters using Langmuir plot, Lineweaver plot, and Edley-Hofstee plot. Okay, I hope you have completed that video. Now in this lecture number 7, where we consider Langmuir plots also to get the Michaelis-Menten parameters like Km value and Vmax value, right? So in this lecture number 17, we will consider a system where we have one enzyme, that is single enzyme, and there are two substrates present. Okay, so in that case, different mechanisms are possible, right? So we will consider one mechanism given in this numerical. So we will derive an equation for a given mechanism. So different mechanisms are possible. In first case, we will consider a mechanism where ES1 intermediate is formed and there is no ES2 intermediate formation. S2 is not getting attached to the enzyme substrate, whereas once the ES1 is formed, substrate S2 is getting attached to the ES1 surface, and then it forms the product P and the enzyme E. Okay, so such a mechanism is given. So please go through this problem. Then we will solve the derivation. We will do the derivation, required derivations. Please take down this problem. Suppose that the following sequence describes the reactions of two different substrates catalyzed by one enzyme, where the reaction scheme is given. Please take down it. E plus S1 forming ES1, and forward rate constant is K1 and reverse rate constant is K2, and that thus formed ES1 in step 1 further reacts with substrate S2 to form another intermediate ES1S2 with forward rate constant K3 and reverse rate constant K4, and thus formed ES1S2 intermediate further proceeds with the rate constant of K5 to form the product P and release the enzymes. Now the question is, derive the rate equation by making the Michaelis-Menten assumption. What is that Michaelis-Menten assumption? So the product formation is slow in nature. Okay. So second part is, if the concentration of S1 is much higher than that of S2, how can the rate equation be simplified? So how is this, when S1 concentration of S1 is very much higher than the concentration of S2, how the rate equation can be simplified? So this we can do simply once we derive the rate equation for the first part. Okay. So please take your notebook, start deriving the equation. First, what we have to do, let us write down the given equation. Then we will write the rate equation for rate of product formation based on this P dP by dt. Okay, rate equation R or V is equal to dP by dt, which is equal to K5 into ES1S2. So that will be our equation 1. Then we have to write an balance for enzyme concentrations. So initially, let the concentration of the enzyme be E naught. Then this in E naught will be equal to anytime free enzymes concentration, that is E plus ES1 plus ES1S2. Okay, so that bacterial balance we will use, and that we will substitute in the different intermediate steps rate equations to get the final equation. Okay. So first it is given that what is the rate first equation is E plus S1 giving ES1 and forward rate constant K1, K2. Then it is given ES1 will react with substrate S2 to form ES1S2, so that ES1S2 will proceed to form the product plus enzyme. So the rate constants are given K3, K4 and K5. Okay, so let it be step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Okay, what we have is from step 3 we can write rate equation V or R or dP by dt, whatever you say, is equal to K5 into ES1 S2. Okay, let it be equation number 1, and let E naught be the initial concentration of enzyme. And writing material balance for enzyme, we will have E naught is equal to E plus ES1 plus ES1S2. Okay, let it be equation number 2. Now from step 1 and step 2 we can write equations in terms of ES1 and down. Okay, so from step 1 what we have is K1 into E into S1 is equal to K2 into ES1. Okay, now what is K2 by K1? K2 by K1 is equal to concentration of E into concentration of S1 by concentration of ES1. Okay, so let it be equation number 3. Similarly, we can write equation number 4 from step 2. From step 2, what we can write is, what is that? K3 into ES1 into S2 is equal to K4 into ES1 S2. Is that right? Please check. Yeah, K3 into ES1 into S2 is equal to K4 into ES1 S2. Okay, now you can see that K3 ES1 is there, and from equation number 3 we can write what is ES1 also, right? So that can be substituted here again. Okay, so that we will do. So what we have here is K4 by K3 is equal to ES1 into S2 divided by ES1 S2. Let it be equation number 4. Okay, now what we will do is we can substitute to condition 2 equation 2 in equation number 3. We can simplify it to write what is ES1. That ES1 we will substitute here. Okay, so I repeat. So here E, what is E, we will substitute from equation number 2. Simplify to get an equation in terms of ES1. So let that equation be 5. So that we will substitute in this equation number 4. So that will help us to get an expression for ES1, S2. Okay, please proceed. So substituting equation number 2 in 3. So what we get is K2 by K1 equal to, we can keep this ES1 in the left hand side for simplification case. So what is E? E is E plus ES1 plus ES1 S2. So that means E into S1 plus what to write? E into, means, okay, from here we have to, what we have to write is E is equal to E naught minus ES1 minus ES1 S2. Okay, so that we will be substituting. So from equation 2, let me say it is A to A, equation 2. Now substituting equation 2 in equation number 3. Okay, so what we get is E into S1, E naught into S1 minus E S1 into S1. Okay, another minus ES1 S2 ES1 S2 into S1. Okay, now we will take this ES1 term to the left hand side. What will happen? If you take ES1 term to the left hand side, what we have is K2 by K1 plus S1 is equal to, here we have S1 term, these two terms are there, right? So that is E naught minus ES1 S2 into S1 divided by, that's what you have. So this can be taken to the left hand side. If you take it to the left hand side, what you have is ES1 is equal to E naught minus ES1 S2 into S1 divided by K2 by K1 plus S1. Okay, so we have this equation. Now can we simplify it further? So I repeat, this is equation number 5, where we have ES1 is equal to E naught minus ES1 S2 within this is common into S1 divided by K2 by K1 plus S1. Okay, similarly if you substitute now this ES1 value in this equation number 4, substituting 5 in 4, if we substitute 5 in equation number 4, so what we will get is K4 by K3 is equal to, already denominator term is there, let me write that, ES1 S2 and there is one S2 term. Okay, so now we will substitute this equation here. So we are substituting ES1 value, what we have is, so remember this is also concentration. So E naught minus ES1 S2 into S1, and in the denominator we have K2 by K1 plus S1. Okay, so here there are ES1 S2 term is there which we want to isolate. Okay, so that way we have to simplify now in such a way that we are able to isolate ES1, S2, separating ES1, S2 term. How to separate? How will you separate this ES1, S2 term to the term? Because there is one ES1 here, ES1, S2 here also, right? So what we will do, we will take this term totally to the left hand side and K3 by K4 to the right hand side. Because there are different ways you can do. I am showing you the simplest way because it's going to be more complex if you don't take the terms properly. So what I will do, we can take ES1, S2 into K2 by K1 plus S1 to the left hand side, and if this term goes to the right hand side, it is going to be K3 by K4 into E0 S1 S2. Remember, this is minus term is there and this is common outside, so we are taking these two into the bracket. So that way first term is this minus again K3 by K4, it is going to the right hand side, into ES1 S2 into S1 into S2 concentrations. Okay, so now it is easy for us because in the left hand side we have this ES1 S2 term, the right hand side ES1 S2 term is there. So this term will totally go to the left hand side and this is already common, two terms are there. So this will become a third term in the left hand side. So taking ES1 S2 to the left hand side and taking the common bracket outside, so ES1 S2, already we have two terms with K2 by K1 plus S1. Now if we take this to the left hand side, ES1 S2 has gone out, so minus K3 will become plus K3 by K4 into S1 into S2 is equal to K3 by K4 into E0 into S1 into S2. Any doubt in this? I repeat. So how we are separating this ES1 S2 term? So we substituted 5 in 4 to get what is K4 by K3. So in this there is ES1 S2 concentration in the numerator as well as in the denominator. To isolate that, what we are doing is we are taking this term totally to the left hand side. So with ES1 S2 is common and this is another term, right? So that is going to the left hand side and K3 by K4 is going to the right hand side, and taking this S1 into S2 concentrations into the bracket. So in both term with E0 S1 S2 minus ES1 S2 into S1 into S2, two terms are appearing, and this K3 by K4 by K3 gone to the right hand side. So both terms will have K3 by K4 in the both terms. Okay, so now what we are doing, we are taking this term to the left hand side. So ES1 S2 is common outside, so this K3 by K4 into S1 into S2 will add as a third term in the left hand side. Okay, so now easy for us to write what is ES1 S2. Okay, yeah, take this to the right hand side, taking this to the ES1 S2 is equal to K3 by K4 into E0 into S1 into S2 divided by K2 by K1 plus S1 plus K3 by K4 into S1 S2. Okay, so now please, this can go to the denominator, right? So if it goes to the denominator, we will have ES1 S2 is equal to, in the numerator it is E0 into S1 into S2 divided by divided by, so if it goes to the denominator, what will happen? K3 by K4, when it comes here, it is K4 by K3, right? So if it is K4 by K3, we have to simplify it further. So how it can be simplified further? it will go as the denominator term. Numerator term we have written. So first term it will have K4 K2 by K3 K1, that is constant, plus K4 by K3 into S1 is that right, plus again this K4 by K3, K3 by K4 will get cancelled, so we are going to have only S1 into S2 concentrations. Okay, so this is what we have. Is it correct? Please check it once. E naught into S1 into S2 is there. We have just taken this to the denominator. So we have K4 into K2 divided by K3 into K1 plus K4 by K3 into S1 plus this K3 by K4, K4 by K3 will get cancelled. So we have third term as simple S1 into S2. Okay. Now this is equation number 7. Okay, let it be 6 and let it be 7, nothing different, this has gone to the denominator. Okay, now substituting this in equation number 1, I think we wrote rate equation equal to V is equal to dP by dt is equal to K5 into E S1 S2, right? That is our first equation, right? So substituting this equation number 7 in equation number 1, what we get is V is equal to K5 E naught into S1 into S2 divided by these terms, total terms. What is that? K4 K2 divided by K3 K1 plus K4 by K3 into S1 plus S1 into S2. That is the equation number 8. Okay. So we have derived, this is the required rate equation for two enzymes S1, S2 and single enzyme system. Okay, where S2 is not forming any intermediate. So that is the case for this problem, right? So in this same question, please refer to the question. So first part we have completed now. So remember in the question what is given? E in substrate 1 is reacting with enzyme to form ES1 intermediate. We don't have the reaction for E plus S2 forming ES2. You see, it's not there, right? So that means S2 is not directly getting attached to the active sites available in the enzymes, whereas this S2 is readily getting attached to the intermediate ES1 which is formed in the step 1. Okay, so we have arrived at the rate equation required. Okay, now second part question, if the concentration of S1 is much higher than that of S2, how can the rate equation be simplified? Okay, so that we can do the simple simplification of this equation we are going to do. Okay, so how to do? We have the rate equation, right? So, but only you have to just look at the condition here, second case or B part, right? So B part, it is given that concentration of S1 is very much greater than concentration of S2. What does it implicate with the rate equation given? So S2 concentration is very less in comparison to concentration of S1, right? So that means that whatever S2 is there, it is getting converted to this ES1 S2, and this reverse reaction is not taking equally. That is why S2 concentration is less at any time, right? So that means that K3 is very much greater than K4, right? Which means that K3 is very much greater than K4. What does it mean? K4 by K3 is very much less than 1, right? That means K4 by K3 is equivalent to 0, that is tending towards 0. Okay, so we can take these terms gets cancelled when we have the concentration of S1 is very much greater than concentration of S2. Okay, so in that case what will happen? So in this equation we will write the equation again. So what is the equation number 8? Just rewrite it and show the simplification because it is separate part, right? So V equal to K5 into E naught into S1 into S2 divided by K4 K2 by K3 K1 plus K4 by K3 into S1 plus S1 into S2. Okay, so now these two terms are negligible. Okay, this is tending to 0, this is tending to 0, right? So these ratios can be cancelled out. Now we have, what we get is V is equal to K5 E naught into S1 into S2 divided by only this term is left out, that is S1 into S2 is left out. So again, so this S1 gets cancelled, S2 gets cancelled. So what we have the final equation, simplified equation, when the concentration of S2 is very much less than 1 for this case, we have V is equal to K5 into E naught. Okay, so this happens with when V is equal to V max. So therefore we get V max equal to K5 into E naught. Okay. So this is the answer for the B part. Okay. Okay, we will do another derivation where this ES1 as well as S1 substrate and S2 substrate both take part in the reaction. Means what will happen? We will solve such numerical now. So we have consider a two substrate system. Let us see, two substrates are required for an enzymatic conversion according to this following mechanism given. So step 1, E plus S1 giving ES1, step 2, E plus S2 giving ES2, and step 3, ES1 plus S2 forming ES1S2, and finally ES1S2 forming product and the free enzyme. Now the question is, derive suitable rate equation using Michaelis-Menten approach. Okay, as per Michaelis-Menten approach, we assume the product formation is a slower step, whereas equilibrium is attained quickly. Okay, so now if you consider this one, overall rate equation can be written, that is K5, that is dP by dt, right? Rate equation R equal to V equal to plus dP by dt is equal to K5 into concentration of ES1S2 can be written. That is one equation you will have. Second equation you will get by writing the enzyme balance. So writing the enzyme balance is very important. Here many students make mistakes. Okay, enzyme balance. How we do the enzyme balance? Let E naught is the concentration, initial concentration of the enzyme. Okay, so if E naught is the initial concentration, how the enzyme is present? Enzyme is present as E, enzyme is present as ES1, enzyme is present as ES2, and enzyme is again present as ES1, S2. Remember, one data is given that K3, K4 is equal to K3, K4. These rate constants are given equal, right? So that means the rate at which these two are taking part in the reaction are same. Okay. Now, If there is 1 mole of ES1S2 is formed, in that case again 1 mole of ES2 is also being formed, right? So that's what we understand. So there is no way we can ignore this product ES2 even though it is not contributing to the final product formation. Some people say that, argue that, sir, this ES2 is not taking part to form the intermediate ES1S2. Then why we should write the enzyme balance, right? So enzyme balance is like E naught is equal to free enzyme E plus ES1 plus ES2 plus ES1S2. Okay, so this is the enzyme balance. Rate equation is dP by dt equal to K5 into ES1 S2. That is equation number 1. Equation number 2, we have to substitute appropriately to get an equation for this ES1 S2 to write the final rate equation. Okay, so but here that's what I want to clear the doubt. There are many students who claim that, sir, this ES2 is not taking part in the final product formation. Then how can we, why should we add this ES2? What is the answer? Can we do like that, one of you? Do you think that argument by the student that it is not taking part, that's why we will not write in the material balance? No, even though it is like unwanted byproduct, this is being formed, but it is not taking part in any other reaction. You can see there is no ES2 plus S1 forming ES1S2, right? So but still the enzyme is, some of the amount of free enzyme has been reacting to form that also, right? So that means that we have to consider that also. So though if you are not adding ES2, that becomes a simple problem what we have done just now, some time back, right? So the previous problem we have done the same case, right? ES1 is formed, ES1 further forms the ES1S2. But here ES2 intermediate is formed, which means that substrate S2 is getting absorbed or getting attached to the active sites and to form an intermediate ES2. Therefore, it is important that we have to add that in the material balance for enzyme. Okay, so we need to write the balance for enzyme. So the concentration of the initial concentration of the enzyme is equal to anytime free enzyme concentration plus ES1 concentration plus ES2 concentration plus ES1S2 concentration. So that will be the key. So after that the procedure is going to be the same. You can derive this expression. Okay, ready? First write the given equation, then you write the rate equation definition and the enzyme balance, then proceed to simplify the equations. Please do it. I will help the students who are struggling to get it. Those who can do it on their own, please do it on your own and check the answer that we have got. Okay. Dear students, here we have to be very careful. Some of the people were asking doubt that E plus S2 giving ES2 and ES2 is not further contributing in the product formation. Then why I have to consider ES2 in the enzyme balance? Is that doubt valid? Is that assumption valid? Since something is not contributing to final product, does it mean that in the balance we have to consider, for example, some of the active sites of the enzymes are occupied with substrate 2. So when I make the count for active sites, total enzymes, how it is being occupied, I have to consider the substrate 2 also in the material balance. So if somebody says since ES2 is not contributing in this reaction, and I will not write it in the enzyme balance, material balance for enzyme, in that case we are wrong in it. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense here because it is like we are completely ignoring the substrate 2, right? That comes into picture when we say that this rate of this reaction is very much less in comparison to K1, K2, K3, K4 and K5, right? So in that case your answer may be correct, but right now we have to consider this and proceed further. Okay, so the given equation is there, you can write it down. What are the given equations? Okay, so we should know that here there are two different substrates are there. So this is the case of two different substrate and one enzyme system. So this is our system which we are considering. Okay. Now, so it is given that final equation is given. I'll have to write all the equations here. I have copied, but you have to write it in your notebook. Please write that E plus S1 giving ES1, E plus S2 giving ES2, ES1 intermediate reacts with S2 to form ES1 S2. Finally, ES1 S2 forms the product and the enzyme. Okay. So if I write the final equation, that is E S1 S2, it's only forward reaction. Okay, so with the rate constant given is K5 forming E plus P. So for what is the rate equation? That is velocity or rate equation or whatever you write. Okay, we can write V equal to, which is that dP by dt is equal to this product, right? If it is reactant, we will write minus. For product, we write dP by dt is equal to K5 into concentration of E S1 S2 intermediate. Remember, it is single intermediate which is formed in the third reaction step. Let me say reaction step 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the fourth equation we have written. I am going to write every equation. So I started here because this will be our main equation number 1. Okay. Any doubt in this? As given in the question, we have just written what is the given system. It is a two different substrate system, that is S1, S2 are the two different substrates, and we have one enzyme E. If there are two enzymes, we have to write E1, E2. Okay, in this simple case, single enzyme is there. So we can write ES1, the given from the given mechanism, ES1, S2, final step your product formation step. So V or rate of the equation is dP by dt is given by K5 equal to ES1 S2. Okay. Now similarly, now we will start from equation. Every step we can write them. Okay, this is main equation. As I said, the second important thing to write is the enzyme concentration. Let E0 be the initial concentration of the enzyme. Remember, as I told you, you have to write actually like this, E0, which is the ring. Okay. Let E0 be the initial concentration of the enzyme. Then material balance for enzyme is E0 is either present with the time. What will happen? Either it will be available as free enzyme, or it is going to be present in the form of intermediate 1, or it is going to be present in the form of intermediate 2, or it will be present in the intermediate 3. So 1, 2, 3, there are 3 intermediates which are being formed. Okay, so that's what I have written, or it may be present as free enzyme. So this is what our equation number 2. Okay, so from this we should be able to write, replace the terms, whatever is intermediate we are going to make use of this. These two equations are we are going to make use overall. Now we will write how to get what is ES1, what is ES2. We will write the individual equations. Okay, from step 1, that is from the given mechanism, step 1. So what is the step 1? Please write E plus S1 given ES1. Okay. So from step 1, that is from the given expression only, right? From given mechanism, we have step 1, that is E plus S1, which is forward reaction K1, K2, small k, small capital K, giving ES1. Okay. So now, what is the forward rate at equilibrium? What is the condition? At equilibrium, we have K1 into E S1 is equal to K2 into E S1. Okay, this is E into S1, here it is ES1 intermediate. So forward reaction is E plus S1 given ES1. So rate equation is K1 into E into S1, that is concentration of E into concentration of S1. Reverse reaction is ES1 is forming E plus S1. So rate equation is K2 into ES1. So this is one. So this is what we get when we consider equilibrium reaction, right? Any equilibrium reaction we have this. So we can write what is K2 by K1. K2 by K1 is E into S1 divided by ES1. So that is K2 by K1 is concentration of E into concentration of S1 divided by concentration of ES1. Okay, so let it be equation number, already considered 2, so we can take it to be 3. Any doubt in this? So it's very straightforward. We are considering a reversible reaction at equilibrium, forward rate of the reaction is equal to reverse rate of the reaction. Rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. So with that we are writing rate of forward reaction is K1 into E into S1. Backward reaction is K2 into ES1, concentration of ES1. Okay, so from that rearranging we are getting this equation number 3. Now consider equation number 2, means reaction mechanism, step number 2. It is given that E plus S2 giving rate constant. What are the values given in the question? Given is K3 K4, right? So we will write that with K3 K4 giving ES2. Okay, so again we can write that at equilibrium forward rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. So we can write K3 into E into S2 is equal to K4 into ES2. Okay, so we can write K4 by K3 is equal to E into S2. It's similar to here. Instead of S1 we will be having S2. Instead of K2 by K1 we are having K4 by K3. Okay, ES2 in the denominator. Equation number 4. Okay, similarly consider the equation step number 3. From step number 3 we can write another equation. What is that? ES1 plus S2 is giving ES1 S2, right? So please write that one. Either we need it or not, that we will see later. So what is that? ES1 will react with S2 to form ES1 S2, right? That's what given, right? ES1 S2, but you can see that the rate constant are equal. That is the rate at which these reactions are taking place. Rate constant is same K3 K4. Okay, so that means that we are going to get K4 by K3 is equal to, same thing is applicable, right? As at equilibrium, rate of forward reaction, you can write that. At equilibrium, rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction, which gives us K3 into ES1 plus, not plus, K3 into ES1 into S2 is equal to K4 into ES1 S2. Okay, so what you get K4 by K3, what we get is ES1 S2 So K4 into ES1 S2 we have. So K4 by K3 is ES1 S2 divided by ES1 S2. Okay, let it be equation number 5. I repeat, so we have two substrate, one enzyme. So whatever steps given, we have done the overall rate equation dp by dt, which is v equal to r equal to k5 into es1 s2 is our first equation. We have written the enzyme balance. Then we have considered the step 1, step 2 and step 3, and we have tried to write the rate constant or dissociation constant respectively. K2 by K1 is dissociation constant there, first step, K4 by K3, and here also K4 by K3. Okay, so this is equal to this. Then we are having these equations which will make use, okay, wherever it is applicable. Okay, now what is E from equation 2? So from equation number 2, we have E equal to E0 minus ES1 minus ES2 minus ES1 S2. Okay. Now, so since this is the balance, what we will do is we have written something here, right? What is ES1? So from this equation number 3, from equation 3, proceed to write what is ES1. So ES1 is equal to E into S1 divided by K1 by K2, right? Or you can say K2 by K1. Okay. Similarly, from equation 4, we can write what is ES2. ES2 can be written as E into S2 divided by K4 by K3. Okay. Similarly, from equation 5, what we can write? ES1 S2 is equal to ES1 into S2 divided by K4 by K3. Okay. Now we have equations 3, 4 and 5. So from equation 3, we have obtained another equation. Let me call it as 6, 7 and 8. Okay. So we will not use these other equations. So I repeat, from equation number 3, 4 and 5, we can rearrange to write what is ES1, what is ES2 and what is ES1 S2. Okay, so now we have equation 6, 7 and 8. Okay, now, okay, from equation number 3, 4 and 5, we can rearrange to write what is ES1, what is ES2 and what is ES1 S2 and label it as equation number 6, equation number 7 and equation number 8. Okay, now if we substitute equation number 6 in 8, what we get? Please write. So we have equation number 6 ES1. So equation in this equation number 8, that is left hand side is ES1 S2. Concentration of ES1 S2 is equal to concentration of ES1. We have equation number 6, which is given by E into S1 divided by K2 by K1. So already what is there? S2 is there. K4 by K3. Okay, so let it be equation number 9. So now we have equation number 9. Okay, now we have equation number 9. So now what is equation number 2? Equation number 2, we have written it up earlier, that is the balance for E naught, which is equal to, remember, E naught is present in the form of ES1 intermediate, ES2 intermediate, and ES1 S2 intermediate. Okay, so that's why we have to consider it is present in different forms. Okay, so now we have equation for everything. Okay, that is E, let it be E, because we are getting other expression in terms of E. Okay, so from equation number 6, 7 and 9. Okay, so from this is equation number 2, substituting 6, 7, 9 in 2. Okay, so what we get is E naught equal to E plus ES1 is nothing but E into, just refer to equation number 6, E into S1 by K2 by K1. E into S1 by K2 by K1. Any doubt in that? Hopefully no. So ES2 is again E into S2 divided by K4 by K3 plus, for this from 9 we have E into S1 into S2 divided by K2 by K1, K4 by K3. Okay, so that way we have this. So now what you can observe is here is E, E, E and E. E is there in all the 4 terms. So easily we can write E as common outside. So what we get is 1 plus S1 by K2 by K1 plus S2 by K4 by K3 plus S1 S2. So these are concentration terms. S1 S2 by K2 by K1, K4 by K3 terms. Okay, this is E naught. What is our objective? We want to express E in terms of E naught. So we can write what is E. E is equal to E naught divided by 1 plus S1 by K2 by K1 plus S2 by K4 by K3 plus S1 S2 is also concentration, K2 by K1 into K4 by K3. Okay, so we have E equal to E naught by this much. Okay, now what to do? Let it be equation number 11. Okay, so let it be equation number 10 and this is be equation number 11. So what we have is, what is E we have. Okay, so now substitute this 11 in equation number 9. What is our equation number 9? Equation number 9 is ES1 as a function of E we have, right? So now we got equation for this E also. So now substitute that E value here in equation number 9, we will get that thing. Okay, so we have left hand side is E S1 S2 intermediate concentration is equal to, for E we have to write all this term, so whatever is there, that is E naught divided by 1 plus concentration of S1 by K2 by K1 plus, here it is S1, S2 by K4 by K3 plus S1 concentration into S2 concentration divided by k2 by k1 into k4 by k3. Okay, this is only what is E, and we have remaining terms. Remaining terms are concentration of S1, concentration of S2, then what is left? K2 by K1 into K2 by K1 into K4 by K3. This is also in the denominator. Understand? So what we are doing? We got, substituting 6 in 8, we got what is ES1, S2 as a function of E. Okay, so then to replace E, what we do is this: we substitute the equation 6, 7 and 9 in this equation, means enzyme material balance for enzyme concentration. Initial enzyme concentration is equal to summation of concentration of enzyme in different forms, that is 3 intermediates plus free enzyme. Okay, so rearranging, we get what is E. Okay, so that equation again we substitute in equation number 9, so that we get expression in terms for E, S1, S2, everything, right? So what we can do now, we can substitute this equation. Let it be equation number 12. Okay, so this you can simplify. You can take this what you call rate constants into the bracket. You can simplify to call that as equation number 12. Okay, so what is that? If you have this, numerator is simple, E naught, that is concentration of E naught, right? This is concentration of E. So concentration of E naught into S1 into S2 divided by, this is concentration of ES1, S2. Okay, so if you take these brackets into this one, so it is, we are going to get K2 by K1, K4 by K3 plus S1. K2 by K1 will get cancelled, so you will get K4 by K3 into S1 plus K2 by K1 into S2 plus simply S1 into S2 because they get cancelled. Okay, so this is the total term we have in the denominator. That is the equation number 12. Okay, so now substituting 12 in our equation number 1, which is our rate equation, right? Rate equal to V equal to dP by dt equal to K5 into ES1, S2. Okay, so this is our equation number 1. Substituting equation 12 in equation 1, what we get is V equal to K5 into, so what is that? This you will write E naught into S1 into S2 divided by this total term K4 K2 by K3 K1 plus K4 by K3 into S1 plus K2 by K1 into S2 plus S1 S2 concentrations. Okay, so this is our equation. Let it be final equation. What is that? 13. Equation number 13. Some people would like to divide this substrate concentration also into this denominator because they also having the terms, right? So we can write this same equation as K5 into E naught divided by, this is only to compare our answers. Okay, some people will divide this S1 by S2 throughout. So in that case, what will happen? So this term K4 by K3 into K2 by K1 into denominator, there will be S1 S2 plus K4 by K3 into denominator, there will be S2 plus K2 by K1 in the denominator, S1 plus 1. Okay, this is one way of expressing. Okay, so just like 1 plus in the denominator we can write. Okay, so we can call it as 13. So this is just simply another form. What we are doing in the numerator and denominator, we are dividing by S1 and S2. So dividing by S1, S2, here it is getting cancelled. In the denominator, if you divide by S1 by S2, it will appear in denominator terms. So that S1 is getting cancelled here. So we have S2. Here S2 is getting cancelled. So we have S1. Here both S1 and S2 are divided by the same. So we get 1. So this is the rate equation for the given mechanism with two substrates and one enzyme. Okay, I hope you got the answers. So I repeat what we have done in the second problem. So we have the equation where there are two substrates are given, S1 and S2. One enzyme is given, E1, right? Okay, so we have first there are four equations given. You can write that step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We wrote the what is the overall rate equation, which is based on this lowest step rated remaining step. So we have rate equation equal to K5 into ES1S2. Let E0 is the initial concentration. We wrote E plus, that is all our concentration. So we have to write E0 equal to E plus ES1 plus ES2 plus ES1S2. Okay, so then from step equation number 1, step number 1, we can write what is forward rate of forward reaction equal to rate of backward reaction. So we have K2 by K1 equal to this E into S1 by ES1. So that is equation number 3, which can be rearranged to write what is ES1, taking to the left hand side. The right hand side becomes K1 by K2. So that way we have ES1 equal to E into S1 by K2 by K1. Similarly, we can write another equation from step 2. We have K3 into E into S2 equal to K4 into ES2, which will simplify to forget what is ES2. So we get ES2 equal to E into S2 by K4 by K3. That will be equation number 7. Okay. So then we can write from step number 4 itself, we can write ES1 plus S2 is forming ES1 S2. So we can write forward rate equal to backward rate and get what is K4 by K3. So this equation we have ES1 into S2 by ES1 S2. So which can be used to write ES1 S2 is equal to ES1 into S2 by K4 by K3. Let it be equation number 8. So we already got what is ES1 in equation number 6. That can be substituted here. Again, that for E, what is E, we can substitute, right? In equation 6, if you substitute what is E, and in 7, if you substitute what is E, we are going to get a few more equations. Okay, so that way, if you substitute 6 in 8, in place of E, we are going to write what is E. As I said, we should not forget to write the ES2 also. Okay, simplifying, we will be able to get the equation. Okay. So we get what is E in terms of E0. E equal to E0 by 1 plus S1 by K2 by K1 plus S2 by K4 by K3 plus S1 S2 by K2 K4 by K1 K3. We will get, substituting this E value in the ES1 S2 equation. So we get E0 into whatever S1 S2 term was there, and this term will be there, and already K2 by K1 into K4 by K3 is there, that also will be there. Okay. So now you can simplify this equation to write what is ES1 S2. Once we get what is this ES1 S2 term, we will substitute the equation number 1 to get the rate equation. R equal to K5 into ES1 S2 is the equation. So substituting these values, so we have rate equation for the given mechanism with two substrates and one enzyme as this. Okay. So that's what in the numerator S1 S2 term can be kept, or if you can take it to the down to the second term also. Okay. So please practice these problems. So these are important for even exams. So these are exercise problems in the textbooks only. So you can try to solve many more problems also. So those who have doubts can stay back, others can leave. Well, in this lecture number 17, we have derived equation, rate equation for different conditions with single enzyme to a substrate system. Okay. Thank you so much for joining my classroom. Meet you in next lecture. Bye bye.